Welcome to 843 TV. We are here at the town of Hilton Head Island in the Living Lab, and we've got a few important subjects to talk about today.
Yes, I'm your host, Catherine Maedeman.
And I'm Lisa Richardson.
And today we're going to talk to Angie Stone, who is the Human Resource Director of town of Hilton Head Island. And we also have Amber Kuehn, who is the marine biologist and manager of the SeaTurtlePatrol on Hilton Head Island. I'm really excited about this show.
If you've walked on the beach, you've surely seen the sea turtle sign, so stick around to learn all about that and much more today on this episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the Low Country comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We are at the town of Hilton Head Island in the Living Lab, and joining us today is Angie Stone. She is the Human Resource Director for the town. And Angie, you've been with the town for 18 years.
I have.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Now, you haven't always served as the Human Resource Director, so share with us some of the other roles that you've had.
I originally started in human resources as the benefits and compensation administrator, and then moved into recruiting and employee relations. When our director retired last year, I was fortunate enough to be promoted into the director position.
That's wonderful.
Well, today's topic, we're going to talk about the firefighters and the EMTs, because right now Hilton Head is looking for a pool of applicants. Mm-hmm. And we want to talk about how the process and what are you looking for.
Okay. So we have 103 certified firefighter EMTs on the island, and they range in rank from firefighter to captain. We have 7 fire stations that we staff, and so as vacancies occur within that group of firefighters, we need to be able to fill those very quickly. So every couple of years we establish a pool of pre-qualified candidates from which we can hire when a vacancy occurs. Now the way that works is right now we're accepting applications through July 21st. Everyone who applies will be invited to take the written firefighter entry-level exam, and they can do that one of 2 ways. We have it here on the island, paper and pencil format at no charge to the candidate, or we allow folks to take the exam online with virtual proctoring. And the reason we started that program is we actually had a fellow wanted to apply a few years ago, and he was stationed overseas. He could not come to the island for the exam, so we were unable to consider him for that firefighter pool. So we investigated and found a way to offer the written exam online with a $25 proctoring fee. So we find that probably half of our candidates take the exam that way now. They're able to do it in their bunny slippers from home at any time during a week-long window, as long as they have internet access. So it's been very helpful. Anyone who passes that written exam, whichever way they take it, will be invited to participate in the physical abilities assessment. And that is used to mimic the types of work that they will be doing as a firefighter to be sure that the person is physically able to perform the job. Anyone who completes that within the allotted time frame will be interviewed by a panel of folks, and then will be part of the pool. So during the next 2 years, during the life of that pool, we'll select from those candidates to fill positions as they become available through retirements or promotions or other types of events that would leave a firefighter position open.
What are some of the minimum requirements that if someone's interested, hey, this sounds like it might be a wonderful opportunity, what are some of the basics that they need to know to get started?
Okay. You do not have to have any type of certification. The requirements are that you be at least 18 years old at the time of hire. So if you're not 18 yet, you can still apply, but we can't hire you until you turn 18. You have to have a valid driver's license and a high school diploma or GED, and be able to work in the United States. So we don't require any special qualifications beyond those things.
So when after they take this test, they go into training with you? How do they get trained?
So when we hire firefighters, we hire both certified and uncertified, depending on when a vacancy occurs, whether we have enough staffing to fill a gap while we send someone to the academy. But we will certainly send folks to the fire academy to get them certified as firefighters, and then we will pay for them to become emergency medical technicians, as we require our firefighters to be both certified as firefighters and as EMTs.
How long does that certificate take, that certification?
The Fire Academy is an 8-week program. EMT takes a little longer than that, but we send them to classes and they are required to take a test. Usually they get both of those certifications within their first year.
We were talking earlier, this is just a wonderful opportunity to establish a really good career.
Absolutely.
And so share with us some of those benefits they might see down the road if they're thinking about, I can get out of high school and I can get started in this, and share with us how that might work down the road if they want to establish a career. What are some of those benefits long term?
Long term, absolutely. Our fire department has competitive pay. We start at close to $41,000. We also offer a pension program for our firefighters, and a variety of medical benefits, dental, those types of benefits are very strong here. Our firefighters are able to apply and become part of the paramedic program if they choose to. We'll pay for them to receive their paramedic certification, and then as a result of that, they'll be eligible for a 12.5% increase in pay to serve as a paramedic. We also have opportunities for promotion. Firefighters are able to move up to senior firefighter or fire apparatus operator within several years after joining the department, and those both carry a promotional increase. We also have folks who move on up into the officer ranks as lieutenants or captains, and then beyond that into battalion chiefs and administrative chiefs.
Lisa, I think you're right. This is a wonderful opportunity for someone to find a professional career who wants to be in service of some kind. But I also want to mention, this is for professional. This is not a volunteer position at all. So I just want to make sure as we talk about this that you are a professional staff.
That's correct. We do not have a volunteer fire department here. It is all career firefighters.
Absolutely. You had mentioned that we're talking about what quality of a program this is, as far as the fire chief and so forth, the medical training. So share with us a little bit about that too.
We are very proud of our fire department. I personally, unfortunately, have had the opportunity to be on the receiving end of their services a few times, and I can tell you that they are professional and caring and just really put you at ease. Our fire chief has done a wonderful job of ensuring that we seek better ways to provide service, that we reduce our response times, that we provide better quality outcomes for our medical patients and our fire emergencies.
I wanted to touch on something because we talked about you have 7 stations on the island, which it seems to be a lot. But we were talking about off camera is how response time is very important, and the chief and how the communities work together, that they want to get to the accident, help somebody as fast as they can, and that seems to be the creed of this whole action.
Absolutely. The quicker that we can get to someone in need of help, the better the outcome will be. And so having 7 fire stations on an island this size may seem like a lot, but we have a unique geography. We have many gated communities, and we have a river that sort of runs through the middle of the island that makes it important to have fire stations located around that so that they can respond very quickly.
About how, you mentioned you had 103 firefighters. How many are you hoping to maybe gather through this pool in this process?
Typically, when it's all finished, we have a pool of between 50 and 75 candidates. And over the life of that pool, we reach out to folks as we have vacancies and offer them the opportunity to join us. Sometimes during the life of that pool, you may imagine folks accept other positions and they're no longer available and that kind of thing. We've been fortunate though to have a pool that has lasted 2 years each of the times that we've done it over the past 18 years, at least since I've been here.
Do you have openings presently? Are they actively looking for firefighters and EMTs? Do we know that?
We will have, I believe we will have a few upcoming in the very near term, so we'll have opportunities for folks to move on.
But it's interesting also because they can take the test anytime. They can be brought into the pool, but they can be certified as they wait as well. Is that how it works?
If someone wanted to go and pursue certification on their own, that's fine. They could do that. I don't know that they could get into the fire academy without being having a position with a fire department. So I don't know that they could do that on their own.
Now, this is a
They
lot of
could get their
information.
EMT on their own.
Yes, a lot of information, obviously, that they can contact you. What is the website? What is the way that they can reach you just to get all this information in one spot?
Our website, hiltonheadislandsc.gov, we have a specific area set up with information about the firefighter EMT hiring pool. From our website, just click on employment opportunities, and on the left side there is a tab that says firefighter EMT hiring pool. It has information about the department, about the qualifications, the process for becoming a firefighter, as well as our salary and benefits. Also has some Q&As, things that we have accumulated over time that people want to know answers to, and we also have testimonials from some of our current and retired firefighters. It's a great opportunity for local folks or folks from outside of the community who want to move here. We've currently got about 50-50 local versus outside of the area folks.
And you wouldn't want to live here, right, Kathy?
Well, Angie, I want to thank you so much for your time because it was terrific information and it's a wonderful opportunity to be on Hilton Head Island. So we will be right back with 843 TV. We're back, and now we have Amber Kuehn joining us, who is the manager of the Sea Turtles on Hilton Head Island. And I'm, being a newbie, so excited to finally meet you. I've seen you, I've heard about you, and I want to first understand, this year, 2019, we're having a big year for the nesting of the turtles.
Huge. South Carolina, just in general, is having a huge year. So we have currently 408 nests on Hilton Head Beach, and that does not include the 16 that are on the Port Royal beaches. So Port Royal, the Mitchellville Beach and the Hilton Head Plantation Beach also get nesting. And in the past, we didn't always monitor those beaches. So we've been doing that for about 4 years now, and we're finding that there are definitely nests over there as well.
Oh my.
How exciting. Yeah. Walk us through a day in your life on the beach.
Oh my goodness. Are you prepared? It starts at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is today. And I was on the beach this morning until just before now. So there's sand in my eyeball, on my feet. I changed my clothes. They were wet from the rain. But we are there looking for tracks from the 400-pound turtle that came onto the beach in the middle of the night. And at the top of the track, there's a body pit, and we locate the eggs. And if we decide that it's too close to the water, or it's in an area that's dynamic, or it's going to get eroded, we will move those eggs to a safe place. We can do that within a 24-hour period. It's a lot of work. It's hands and knees in the sand, digging holes, pounding poles, documenting with our iPad so that we can GPS and know where we can find it again. So when you're checking, we stop 75 times on the beach to look at nests that are due to hatch. So that's just started. 5 nests have hatched on the beach so far.
And each nest we're talking is 100 or so eggs in it?
No. 120 is average.
Is the average. Mm-hmm. And of that, how many actually hatch and go on their way to the ocean?
Everyone is different. It depends on the section of beach. It depends on the rain events that we have. You know, sometimes the beach gets saturated and water fills the nest. And the whole reason a 400-pound turtle comes out of the water dragging itself with its elbows is to put its eggs in dry sand. But we've had these really strong rains, and that can fill the nest. But, you know, we are looking forward to all the community participation that's been going on lately about filling holes, removing tents and so forth, turning your lights off at 10 p.m. because we need those hatchlings to at least get off of our beach safely and not due to our actions in
well,
their
you want
journey.
them to go to the water side and
not to the land side.
So that's when people don't understand. When we ask for the lights, it's because the turtles come to light, and we want to make sure
the hatchlings.
The hatchlings do, and so we want them to go to the water.
Once they get in the water, pretty much everything eats it. It's a 3-day swim to the Gulf Stream, which is 70 miles off of our coast. So in that period where it's traveling, it's in danger. Only 1 in 100 are making it
Wow.
to the Gulf Stream.
This is so interesting. And this is a big topic. What can the community do to help or not do, maybe is a better way to say?
Right. So I get calls all the time. They want to volunteer for Turtle Patrol, and that's great. I'm so glad that people are interested in there. But because the sea turtles are endangered species, you have to be permitted by the state to be able to handle them. So I have 15 people that work under my permit, and I train all of them to know how to handle a sea turtle egg, how to rebury it, relocate it, what to do with hatchlings. It's a lot more training than just stepping out and volunteering. We have nest spotters, the turtle tracker group. They'll look for tracks and they'll let us know where they are. They will fill in holes in the evening that are left behind by the visitors. They will remove tents and chairs in the middle of the night.
Oh, so there's, I mean, along with we're also taking care of their environment, like you say, taking the debris off the beach, so we
Which
don't
is
have
huge.
interference. And we have a lot of that.
Oh my goodness, a lot.
Really?
So that is something that people are like, oh, well, that's nothing. That's not really It is huge, because when that hatchling comes out of the sand, and walks down to the water and falls into the hole, that's the end of the journey. Right
so
there.
the sandcastles, the things that we look on the beach, they are actually barriers for them. They're barriers.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. We talked about with some rare species or some rare hatchings.
Right.
Tell us about those.
Our first nest of the season was a Kemp's Ridley. We've only had 4 nests in the whole state since we've been keeping track. Never on Hilton Head. This turtle nests in the Gulf, and suddenly it shows up periodically, and we're assuming, and we'll find out from a DNA analysis whether a loggerhead father is involved. Because it really shouldn't be here. And then recently we had a green sea turtle nest as well. So we've only had, that would be our 4th one as well on Hilton Head.
So we put these turtles side by side. Are they clearly different in their size, shape, color?
The green sea turtle is about 500 pounds. The loggerhead is slightly smaller than that, about 350 pounds, and the Ridley is about 100 pounds. And they all look different to me. I know that some people are...
And what's our most popular one?
Loggerhead. 99% of the time, it's a loggerhead sea turtle nesting on our beaches.
Huh.
Do you have any insight of why we've had those rare ones here? I mean, besides the fact that even the turtles have figured out it's a pretty awesome place to come to Hilton Head.
Right. Now,
Joking aside,
I'd have to say climate change.
Okay.
Because sea turtles don't have a calendar that they open up in the middle of the ocean and say, oh, look, time to go to Hilton Head and nest. It is all temperature dependent, right? So when the water temperatures start rising about 70 degrees, we should start to see them coming near shore and nesting shortly thereafter. So I do believe that with the temperatures rising in the ocean, that it's throwing them off a little bit with their calendar.
And what's our season?
May through October. So we start checking for sea turtle nests in May 1st. And this year, April 26th, we had the first nest. We weren't even out yet.
Wow.
The lifeguards called me and they said, Amber, there's a sea turtle nesting on the beach. I'm like, it's daylight.
Have you had any diseases or anything that the turtles have come across? You hear animals, all like the bats or something like that. It just sort of made me think about the turtles are all healthy. There's no underlying disease.
Oh my goodness, there is for sure. So we're having to battle a lot of things. So sea turtles get involved with boat propellers, which is fatal. They eat plastics, which forms a compaction in their intestines, so they can't defecate and they die. They get entangled in fishing line. We had a pelican dragging around a dead bird this morning with entanglement. So when you lose your fishing line, you should maybe try to find it, reel it in. We have nesting females that won't nest because they keep running into tents on the beach at night, things that they are afraid of, and then they drop their eggs in the ocean because they can't find a suitable spot.
Okay.
So the bottom line for guests, for tourists, for those who live here, is just have common sense. Pick up your things when you're fishing, when you're at the beach, and so on. Let's talk about your organization. A lot of people don't realize you're a nonprofit, so share with us about what how you operate.
The turtles are way more popular than my actual job that I make money at. This is all volunteer, and people love turtles, so they look at me. They recognize me as the turtle lady. I spend a lot of time doing a volunteer work.
Okay.
And it's a 501c3 nonprofit. It's been a nonprofit with the state since 1997. We brought it up to 501c3 a couple of years ago so that we could start to accept donations. More and more sea turtle nests on the beach, more fuel, more supplies. So we're having to depend on the community for that extra funding.
So we're looking for private funding.
Yes.
We're looking for people who decide, I want to help you.
And they've been very generous so far. We have
been.
been so lucky. Our community loves the environment. They love the sea turtles, and I've gotten way more support than I ever thought. And it's excellent.
You need to
and
continue
we will
them.
continue needing
continue.
support because there will be more and more as we go.
Where can they contact you or your organization? Website, phone numbers?
We have a website. It's all SeaTurtlePatrolHHI. .org, and you can find us on Facebook with the same, Instagram, HHI Sea Turtle, and our logo has a sea turtle in it with the island right here. So you'll recognize that. There are other turtle organizations on the island that are not out on the beach and doing sea turtle conservation. They're offering educational programs.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Is it internal though? Can you actually donate online as well? Do you have
Yes.
that? Okay, perfect. That really helps out a lot.
Well, it's always exciting to talk about this, and your necklace is
Yeah.
pretty cool. You've got double
you.
turtles there. So for you all watching today, we thank you for watching this episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.